Do you know sugar is also known as a slow poison to our body? Don't you? Researchers have shown that intake of sugar can cause 72% slow damage to our immune system and hence risk cancer cells to activate at any moment. Intake of white sugar causes carcinogen cells to trigger, leading to serious fatal diseases. Welcome to MindX. In this video, we will talk about how intake sugar of white can kill you. But before we make it to the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more premium content and hit the bell icon to be first to watch. Sugar can act like poison in high doses, and the amount in our diets has gone beyond toxic, says Robert Lustig, MD, a neuroendocrinologist at the University of California at San Francisco School of Medicine. The typical American now swallows the equivalent of 22 sugar cubes every 24 hours. That means the average woman eats 70 pounds, nearly half her weight, of straight sugar every year. Both the American Heart Association and the World Health Organization recently released guidelines urging most women to stay under 6 teaspoons, i.e. 6 sugar cubes, of added sugar per day. Sugar consumption is now an epidemic, says Mark Hyman, MD, author of the Blood Sugar Solution 10-Day Detox Diet. The long-term effects will be staggering. And no, we're not just talking cavities. When eaten in such vast quantities, sugar can wreak havoc on the body. Over time, that havoc can lead to diabetes and obesity, and also Alzheimer's disease and breast, endometrial, and colon cancers. One new study found that normal weight people who loaded up on sugar doubled their risk of dying from heart disease. Other research pinpoints excess sugar as a major cause of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which can lead to liver failure. We're sweetening ourselves sick, yet screaming for more. Why? Because we're seriously hooked. Research shows that hypersweet foods may be as addictive as the hardest-to-quit drugs. The body makes its own glucose, an ingredient in sugar and the energy of life that powers your every cell, by breaking down healthy fats, proteins, and complex carbs, says Lustig. When people came across something sweet, their brains rejoiced, since sweet meant nutritious berries or fruits, says Ashley Gerhardt, PhD, a psychologist at the University of Michigan. Binging on them in the modern form of added sugar can cause a surge of dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter in your brain's reward center. Repeated spikes can desensitize that center, which could release less and less dopamine, leaving you needing more and more sugar to score a rush, says Nicole Avina, PhD, author of Why Diets Fail Because You're Addicted to Sugar. These are the same brain patterns you see during drug addiction. Indeed, a recent study suggests that sugary cookies could be as addictive as cocaine or morphine. When scientists scanned the brains of subjects who'd just eaten a high-sugar treat, everyone's nucleus accumbens, the part of the brain that switches on when a person shoots heroin or smokes crack, was lit up like fireworks. By contrast, the control group that swallowed low-sugar fare had no nucleus accumbens activity. Doctors and diabetic specialists say that sugar dependence could come with withdrawal symptoms like those of a street drug addiction. We see brain changes that lead to lethargy, anxiety, and irritability, she says, and also changes that produce fierce cravings. Not helping matters are your taste buds, which suffer from their own sort of addiction. New research suggests that the more you weigh and the more sugar you eat, the more you're likely to weigh, the duller your sweet taste buds can become, meaning you may have to shovel in even more sugar to get the same sensory satisfaction. Over the course of the 15-year study on added sugar and heart disease, participants who took in 25% or more of their daily calories as sugar were more than twice as likely to die from heart disease than those whose diets included less than 10% added sugar. Overall, the odds of dying from heart disease rose in tandem with the percentage of sugar in the diet. And that was true regardless of a person's age, sex, physical activity level, and body mass index, a measure of weight. Sugar-sweetened beverages such as sodas, energy drinks, and sports drinks are by far the biggest sources of added sugar in the average American's diet. They account for more than 1/3 of the added sugar we consume as a nation. Other important sources include cookies, cakes, pastries, and similar treats, fruit drinks, ice cream, frozen yogurt, and the like, candy, and ready-to-eat cereals. Added sugar makes up at least 10% of the calories the average American eats in a day, but about 1 in 10 people get a whopping 1/4 or more of their calories from added sugar. Over the course of the 15-year study on added sugar and heart disease, participants who took in 25% or more of their daily calories as sugar were more than twice as likely to die from heart disease as those whose diets included less than 10% added sugar. Overall, the odds of dying from heart disease rose in tandem with the percentage of sugar in the diet, and that was true regardless of a person's age, sex, physical activity level, and body mass index, a measure of weight. Sugar-sweetened beverages such as sodas, energy drinks, and sports drinks are by far the biggest sources of added sugar in the average American's diet. They account for more than 1/3 of the added sugar we consume as a nation. Other important sources include cookies, cakes, pastries and similar treats, fruit drinks, ice cream, frozen yogurt and the like, candy and ready-to-eat cereals. Science has proven that chronic low-grade inflammation can turn into a silent killer that contributes to cardiovascular disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes, and other conditions. Get simple tips to fight inflammation and stay healthy from Harvard Medical School experts. Nutritionists frown on added sugar for two reasons. One is its well-known links to weight gain and cavities. The other is that sugar delivers empty calories, calories unaccompanied by fiber, vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. Too much added sugar can crowd healthier foods from a person's diet. Could it be possible that sugar isn't the true bad guy boosting heart disease risk, but that it's the lack of heart-healthy foods like fruit and veggies? Apparently not. In this study, the researchers measured the participants' healthy eating index. This shows how well their diets match up to federal dietary guidelines. Regardless of their healthy eating index scores, people who ate more sugar still had higher cardiovascular mortality. Exactly how excess sugar might harm the heart isn't clear. Earlier research has shown that drinking sugar-sweetened beverages can raise blood pressure. A high-sugar diet may also stimulate the liver to dump more harmful fats into the bloodstream. Both factors are known to boost heart disease risk. Federal guidelines offer specific limits for the amount of salt and fat we eat, but there's no similar upper limit for added sugar. According to the American Heart Association's recommendation, women should consume less than 100 calories of added sugar per day, about 6 teaspoons, and men should consume less than 150 per day. To put that in perspective, a 12-ounce can of regular soda contains about 9 teaspoons of sugar, so quaffing even one a day would put all women and most men over the daily limit. If you're going to have something sweet, have a fruit-based dessert. That way at least you're getting something good out of it. Of course, plain fruit with no added sugar is ideal. If you're trying to curb a soda habit, mix a little fruit juice with seltzer water as a replacement. The study explains high diabetes prevalence in countries which are comparatively less obese, like India. Delhi-based National Diabetes, Obesity and Cholesterol Foundation data shows India has 50.8 million diabetes patients, highest among all countries. It is also the biggest consumer of sugar. Per capita sugar consumption in India went up more than threefold from about 5 kilograms per person per year in 1960 to over 15 kilograms per person per year in 2010. Sugar intake can be avoided by using sugar-free sugar content or sugar-free tablets available in markets. Other than these, the best option to avoid white sugar is to replace it with brown sugar. Sugary products like jaggery can be added to food items. Sweetening fruits like sugarcane or mango can be taken as sugar intake. Buying highly sweetening added food items should be avoided or must be excluded from the diet. Alright everyone, that's it for today. This was a detailed video about what happens when you intake sugar or precisely white sugar as an addiction. Hope you find it helpful. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so that you will never miss any updates. See you in the next video.